must win. And he's repeated the Slav defense again. Whipping out the moves. Kasparov, it's exactly the same opening. Now, who's going to come up with the first improvement?
Queen e2.
Queen e2 is a new move. Knight e5. He's captured on g6. That knight has gone on e5. There we go. Nigel, is this still hot theory? Do you remember this from your preparations?
I've forgotten everything.
Oh no. Come on, I want a bit of insight.
Amnesia.
Rook coming to d1. Queen out to a5. Kasparov the first to pause here. His time ticking down. One blitz game to decide it all. Who goes through to the final? Kasparov 5-10. His time ticking down. Kramnik 4:53. So the time's evening up now. Kasparov glancing across, shaking his head already.
Perhaps Kramnik intends to swing his queen over to h5. Who knows? The idea of...
He's played the pawn to h3. So he's offering the pawn on c3. I'm sure he won't be taken.
No,
The queen will be trapped very quickly.
Rook into the center.
Oh, he's learned his lesson. It's gone to d8 straight away this time. So what's the big idea behind h3?
He doesn't want to get back rank mated.
Well, it's true, but it's rather long term, isn't it? Rook coming to d8. The Slav, such a solid opening. I mean, I'm amazed that Kasparov actually went in and look at him. Shaking his head, he's not happy, and his time ticking down. He's now got less time than Kramnik. 4 minutes, 10 seconds. Let's play the bishop out to d2. Now what? Knight to d5, knight to b6.
Rook e8 can be considered.
He's played e5 straight away. Breaking open the center.
Black is very comfortable here, in my opinion. Very comfortable game.
Kramnik, he's so calm under pressure. Kasparov really not looking happy.
He's got the onus of having to win this game.
Bishop dropping back to e1. Kramnik captures on d4. Kasparov recaptures with the rook. I mean, one always speaks about the advantage of the two bishops, but
With the bishop on e1 is not doing too much.
indeed.
And one thing which we perhaps haven't mentioned in the Slav here is that this square on b4 is a weakness, and it's well occupied by Kramnik's bishop.
That's a strong move. The knight coming to b6, so Kramnik threatening to trade that really important bishop off as well as exchanging rooks. So that looks very strong indeed. Kasparov, I think he must trade rooks here and then move the bishop back if he's going to get anything, but that looks very comfortable indeed for black. No, he's dropped the bishop back straight away, which allows Kramnik to isolate the e-pawn. This looks fine for black.
Of course it is.
Rook e8, queen d3.
Threatening queen takes
Queen
g6.
g6. Knight blockading. Beautiful blockade of pawn on d4. d5 knight very strong in the center of the board. This is really very comfortable for black. Kramnik's got to be happy with this. And if we look at the times, Kasparov, just over 3 minutes. Kramnik's 3.5 minutes.
How is it a5?
He's played it.
Oh dear. That's unpleasant.
That's a very nasty move.
It is.
So, if bishop a5, then knight takes d5. And if the queen goes back to, well, c7, then I think there's a knight takes d5.
That's right. And if queen d8, knight takes d5 anyway, will win some material.
Oh, that's nasty. Kasparov's found something.
So queen b6 was a...
Queen b6 is a mistake. Now, knight takes d5. If black plays knight takes d5, then bishop takes d5. Bishop takes d2, bishop f7 check. Basically, it's going to wind up, I think, with white winning a pawn. There we go, knight takes d5.
Yes.
And now bishop takes d5. There's also, he can also play bishop takes and queen takes g6.
Oh, maybe even stronger.
He's played it, and now
Even stronger.
Now queen takes g6. Kasparov has won a pawn. Queen can't be taken because of the bishop. Knight comes back. Now the queen, probably g5, f5, simple retreat. There we go, queen to f5.
Kasparov looking good.
Kramnik just played g6 there. Queen coming to d6 to defend the knight on d5. Kasparov is a clear pawn up, but his time ticking down. a6, that's a good move. He's trying to create weaknesses on the queen side. Playing g3, it's a safe move, it's good. Rook c1, pressurizing the pawn down on c6. Rook e7, Kasparov in control here.
h4.
King g2. Now, queen takes d4 is threatened. And also the pawn on a6. 2 pawns threatened. Kasparov moving the queen across. Moves back from g8. There was a threat to push the pawn to d5. But what's he going to do about the pawn on a6? Moves the rook to e1. Wants to trade pieces.
Oh, he's got exploiting the weakness on f7.
That bishop on b3, bearing down on the pawn on f7. King comes across to f8 to cover. Now, what happens on knight takes a6? What's this?
Queen c4.
Queen c4. Threatens mate and the knight. Queen d5. So, Kasparov's still a pawn up here. But tricky technically to win this.
Well, perhaps not, because he's going to get an outside pass pawn on the king's side.
But he only has a minute and a half left. And Kramnik 2 minutes 10. So Kasparov is time ticking down. That knight, a very tricky piece. This is not easy to win with such limited time.
f4 is threatened.
f4 is a big threat now. Had to play it. Knight dropping back. Now the knight can blockade in d6. That's very healthy. I think Kramnik's position has improved. That knight looking good on d6, just blockading. And now king to f6. And his knight coming to e4 to attack the pawn. Kramnik fighting hard. Pawn on d5 is threatened.
What is this?
Knight check. Knight to d7 check. Kasparov still has a strong position. That outside pawn on h4 looking good. But he's under a minute. He has very little time. So, level material now, but Kasparov still has an excellent position. The king is centralized on d5. But Kramnik with definite drawing chances now. Knight coming to e4. I think Kramnik's going to do it.
He's trying to eliminate this pawn.
I think Kramnik's going to draw this.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure
Knight coming back to e4.
I'm not sure at all.
Knight d6 check. Now knight c4. Oh, now Kasparov has played brilliantly. Still has control, but he only has 40 seconds left to try and win this. Takes one pawn. But that b pawn is just going to steam down the board. Can Kramnik stop it? If Kramnik can sacrifice his knight for that pawn...
He can't. He's going down.
The pawn going on.
It's going down.
It should be a win. But Kasparov running out of time. Only 30 seconds left. Can he checkmate? He's a queen up. It must be a win, but he has so little time left. Kramnik defending bravely. But now the pawn's gone. No. Kasparov can win it. He has little time, but it's an easy win. Kasparov wins. Brilliant.